What's going on, Broncos country? How y'all doing? I'm Dude the Bronco, back with another episode of Everything Broncos. Right now, I'm just going to hit and miss this episode of the Broncos. Everything Broncos is called "There's a New Sheriff in Mile High," and I'm here to bring it to you. And I'm gonna hit and miss on a lot of things that I'm talking about. And I'm sorry about me being dark or whatever it is right now, but you know, just getting started with this, and eventually I'll have better lighting in here. I have better lighting in here, and y'all can also listen to me on Spotify, on Google Podcasts, and also on iHeartRadio. And right now, I just want to play a little clip for y'all before I start talking.
Building some more depth into the roster, get another receiver, another cornerback, another safety. These are positions where I thought that we were pretty solid at, but we still shored them up pretty well, and I like what we ended up with. I love attacking the needs. That's what this draft was about. You needed a linebacker. You needed speed at receiver. You got those things, and the character of these players makes me excited.
It wasn't just the 5 picks for the Broncos. They also made a trade with the Saints. They sent over a 6th-round pick, and in exchange, they got a tight end, Adam Troutman, and a 7th-round pick in return. What do you like about what you saw from Troutman?
Yeah, well, he looks like he's a guy who can get up the field. Although his 40 time, I think he ran like a 4.8 in the 40-yard dash back in the day, but he looks like he's much faster than that. The main thing is, will he be able to block? And that's what's been the thing with most of our tight ends over the last several years. All tight ends have to be able to block to a certain degree.
Well, I like to pick up one. He's been in the offense of Sean Payton before as a rookie, had some production. And 2, he actually wanted to leave this because he felt they were holding him back. He said, I can block, but I can do much more. So he's got a chip on his shoulder. And Steve will tell you as well, anytime you can get a player that has knowledge of the system, knowledge of the offense, that's really a player coach. And it's really going to help the offense learn what Sean Payton wants to do.
Yeah, 4 career touchdowns for Troutman. He brings some of that Saints experience to the Broncos. But looking at the draft, the Broncos had to wait until day 2. That's when they...
Right. You know, they made a trade like they didn't use their 6th-round pick, so you could say Adam Troutman is the Broncos 6th-round pick because we got Adam Troutman and a 7th-round pick for our 6th-round pick, right? For pick 195. We got Adam Troutman and we got the 7th-round pick, which we drafted Alan Forsythe, um, the center. You know what I mean? So Adam Troutman, he's kind of special. Like, you know, Sean Payton drafted him when he was there. He played 2 years for Sean Payton in 2020 and 2021. You know, the 2022 season is when Sean Payton, you quote unquote, um, retired. So, well, basically took a year off from coaching because he needed to rest, right? He needed to relax. So, you know, in the 2022 season, and Troutman, you know, with the Saints under Dennis Allen now, you know, he's the head coach of the Saints. He took over as the head coach of the Saints when Sean Payton stepped down. And he felt like he wasn't being used the way he was supposed to be used. Adam Troutman, the tight end. And he wants to do more because he's more than a blocking tight end. And I believe that. He want to show that he's all around tight end, like a 3-down tight end. And I got Adam Troutman as a starting tight end in September for the Denver Broncos. Adam Troutman will be the starting tight end for the Denver Broncos. Now you want to talk about Chris Manhurst. Chris Manhurst, he probably could catch, like how Eric Thompson did last year for the Broncos, you know, in spurts. Chris, Chris Manhurst probably could catch in spurts like how Eric Thompson did last year. But don't get me wrong, I like Chris Manhurst because he's going to be primarily a blocking tight end, right? That's what he's going to be. And so you being a primarily blocking tight end, that means you're going to be the sixth offensive lineman, right? You're going to be a six man on the offensive line blocking, opening lanes for the running back, opening lanes for rush to throw, for the wide receivers to get open, you know, and things of that nature. I'm not mad at that. I'm kind of really happy about that. You know what I mean? And why would I complain? Can't complain at all. Would never complain. So why should I stop complaining? Listen, this team is getting put together in Sean Payton's vision, right? Sean Payton knows how he wants his team to look because he's already been a head coach. He already won a Super Bowl in New Orleans. He brought them the only Super Bowl, the only Super Bowl trophy. You know what I mean? The only Lombardi trophy. That's what he brought. That's what he brought to the city of New Orleans. And he came there. He was like their savior during their crisis. You know what I mean? So during Katrina, hey, I'm not one to question Sean Payton, and y'all shouldn't be one to question Sean Payton either. I wouldn't question Sean Payton. Why would y'all question? Sean Payton is a proven head coach. He did it as a first year head coach. He didn't win the Super Bowl as his first year head coach, but he turned the Saints around. And if he could turn the Saints around, he could definitely come here and turn the Denver Broncos around. I believe that. I really believe that. I hope y'all really believe that too. I'm embedded in Broncos country. I mean, I'm Broncos country. You see my gear? I'm Broncos country for real. I mean, I like the makeup of the team. I like the way the team is being put together. I love it, and I'm never one to bring people fake news, man. I'm not a fake news dude. I'm not a fake news dude. Will never bring you fake news. Just like you know, turn on the podcast the other day. I listen, see what they doing. You know what I mean? I do that. See what's going on in a podcast world, but I still do my own thing. And what I'm bringing y'all here on YouTube will never be the same on any of my channels because I'm not a scripted dude. I'm not bringing no scripted. I'm not with a pen and paper writing stuff down. I'm not doing that. Everything I'm talking about is coming off the brain, like when I used to rap, like freestyling and all that. You know what I mean? In a cipher, just vibing. This is how I'm bringing it to y'all. And so Adam Chalmers, I like dudes that come in with a chip on their shoulder because they got something to prove, and he gonna prove it. And then another thing I like about Adam Troutman, he's gonna help, Greg Docious, uh, Awaken Albert O. I'm gonna call him Albert O. I have trouble pronouncing his name. Albert O. Wakeman, whatever. Albert O. He gonna help them to get familiar with Sean Payton's offense fast. just like how Marquez Callaway and Lil Jordan Humphrey are going to help the wide receivers in that room get accustomed to Sean Payton's offense kind of quick, real quick. So it's going to be easy. It's going to be an easy transition. It's going to be easy transition. Like it's not going to be like last year how Nathaniel Hackett was just putting it on guys like, "Boom, here's my offense. Y'all learn it." Nah, we not doing 11 on 11. We're not doing 7 on 7s. We're not playing no football. We doing walkthroughs and we doing this. We going in the meeting rooms. We gonna do quizzes. Come on, man. Football not a quiz, man. You gotta play football. You gotta practice football, man. You gotta do it 7 on 7s. You gotta do 11 on 11s. You gotta do all that, right? And that's what Sean Payton is gonna bring. You got Adam Troutman. He's gonna help the tight ends, Greg Doses and Adam O. Albert O. He's gonna help Greg Doses and Albert O. Get familiar, kind of real quick. Familiar real quick. And for Albert O, it's gonna be an easy transition. You know, last year Albert O was in the doghouse uh, of the Nathaniel Hackett, you know, regime. Now it's a new start, right? It's a new start for everybody. You know, everybody started, with a clean slate. You know what I mean? And you gotta love this. You gotta love this.
When they traded up to get Marvin Mims Jr., Sean Payton explains why they did it.
A lot of these receivers you felt were in rush hour traffic Monday through Friday. And this was one that looked like he was driving on Saturday and Sunday. He was open and it was cleaner. And that's because of his speed. Look, today's the day where everyone says we got our guy. And it's hard to predict who our guy was going to be because of where we picked, but we felt real good about the guy we got.
Probably the line of the weekend there from Coach Payton. I love driving on the weekends, but guys, he's not wrong. Mims has a lot of speed, and it shows up on tape, Steve.
Yeah, he definitely has the speed, and this guy has been exceptional at every level that he's played at high school. I believe he was Mr. Texas in football, and there at Oklahoma, he did well from his first game there in college, and I think he's going to do that same thing at this level. He's been healthy, he's been available, he's got great hands, great speed, great quickness, and I think he can play both on the inside or the outside, so that won't be an issue for him. He'll see the field early.
Great hands when I watch the film. Somebody who really understands that you have to grab the ball at its highest point, keep it away from guys like Steve. That's something that is rare. I mean, for an example, that took Jerry Jeudy about a year and a half to learn to catch his hands in the NFL. Mims is coming in with that. And then on the film, he has so much speed that if a safety stops for a second to look in the backfield, he's behind him. You need that speed in the NFL. That opens up everything else for Dulcich and others to get the production that has been out there because of that lack of speed.
Let's talk about that wide receiver room a little bit because the Broncos earlier this week made another move. Jerry Jeudy, they picked up his fifth-year option, was a 15th overall pick in 2020. Really had a breakout year last year, guys. Took off the last few weeks, 154 yards in that season finale against the Chargers. But what does it mean for this wide receiving room? Because it is all of a sudden really crowded in there. You got to imagine that Jeudy, Sutton, Patrick, Mims, the rookie, they're locks to make the team. But it's going to be pretty crowded. There's going to be some competition on the back end there.
Yeah, that's always good, though. It's good for if there's an injury in training camp or at some point during the season. It's also good because the competition makes every player better.
It also makes sure that whatever receiver was here last year didn't get comfortable with the production that they've had. The story that you told yourself you're a receiver in that room, it doesn't matter now with the new coach. You got to prove yourself in a new way, in a new offense, in a short amount of time. So that competition is great. I agree with Steve. Also, just being able to keep people uncomfortable so that they grow to their highest potential.
You imagine they'll probably keep.
Right. That part. Listen, yeah. The Durham Broncos picked up Jerry Jeudy's fifth-year option Monday. I mean, it's good. Look, Jerry Jeudy, he was the best wide receiver last year, and it showed toward the end of the season last year. It really showed toward the end of the season last year. It showed big time. He was up there with like all the all the top receivers last year, and with his production, right? So who's gonna be mad at that, right? We just gotta hope and pray that it carry over, which I think it will, which I know it will because Jerry Judy has something to prove. You know, he was like that top receiver in that draft that year. I mean, he was like that top wide receiver in the draft that year when we drafted him. But that he was like what the last part of the Elway draft. Jerry Judy, KJ Hamler, and yeah, they was the last part of that John Elway draft. They was last few pieces of John Elway draft. I mean, sometimes it take wide receivers a little more time to blossom than others. No, sure. Than others in the NFL, right? So I wouldn't worry. Look at all the quarterbacks that Jerry had throwing to him. The Joe Flacco's of the world, the Case Keenums of the world, the Teddy Bridgewater's of the world. You know what I mean? Now Russ last year, so who's mad? Now he has a quarterback coming back for another year, which Russ will be here. Russ will be here, and I hate when I hear people say like, if Russ don't live up to his potential, he's gone. He's gone after this upcoming season. That might be true, but why would y'all wish that on him? Like, Russ done slimmed down. Russ is in the best shape of his life. He's like the best like he ever felt before. And you know, these analysts was at the end of like last year's end of the season pressure. They was there when Russell. So yeah, he helped Sean Payton will be the head coach of the Broncos. He was banging for Sean Payton. Russell wants to be coached by Sean Payton. He always wanted to be coached by Sean Payton. They already know each other. They already have a relationship with each other. Russell and Sean, Russell and Sean Payton, they cool. They all right. But Russ knows it's a limit. Like he knows he's gonna be coached hard. Russ want to be coached hard. Pete Carroll coached Russell hard. Russ and Drew Brees, they best buddies. Basically, probably what like basically next door neighbors somewhere. They live in the same vicinity in San Diego, something like that. So Russ is going to have a career year, and I think this is the season that we beat the Chiefs, right? I think so. I hope y'all think so too. I really fully believe that. But that little skip, little piece I played was about the wide receiver room. Bronco wide receiver room, man, it's deep. It's like what 10, 12 deep, maybe at 10, 11, but it's deep. The Broncos is not going to carry all those receivers, wide receivers going into the season. They probably might well carry six, probably at the most, right? You got to think that. We got to think that, but we don't know. I'm not in Sean Payton's brain. I don't know what he think about what Sean Payton cooks. Who who knows what Sean Payton's cooking, right? How you feel when Sean Payton's cooking? You know, right? Nobody knows that. But the addition of Marlon Mims when the Broncos trade up from 68 to 63, right? They trade up from 68 to 63 to 63, take Marlon Mims with the last pick of the second round. That meant something. Marvin Mims got good hands. Catches the ball with his hands, not with his body. He wins jump ball catches. He does that. He has 4.3 speed. Yeah, he has 4.3 speed. He's speed, so he has that. Um, so who is this a warning sign for? Might be a warning sign for KJ Hamler. I won't say Montreal Washington right now because Montreal was a rookie last year, so you know he's still on a team-friendly contract. You know what I mean? So Montreal Washington might have upped this game a little bit more, got a little bit better, might have been pricing in the offseason, probably put a little weight on. But I feel bad for KJ because this might spell an end of KJ Hamler in Denver. It really might. Not because of his speed or his production. KJ is a speedster too. KJ runs. Nobody know what KJ runs, but KJ say he run like 4.2 something. But I think KJ runs 4.3, 4.3 something. But Marvin Mims is available, and the best ability is, you know what I mean. The best ability is availability. And Marvin Mims, he's gonna be available. He's gonna be available. You know, I mean, so I mean, I hate that. And KJ was drafted because Vic Fangio said that his mom, fell in love with KJ. You know, his mom was a Penn State fan. She loved KJ Hamler, so you know, that's how why he got drafted during the Vic Fangio era, right? But I love KJ. But I really hope there's a scenario where KJ and Marvin Mims still be on the team, right? Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But that's just my take. That's just my take on that. But wide receiver room playing out, I really don't know how it would play out. But that's just my thoughts, my take on it, and that's just my take on it. But I mean, I hope KJ figures it out. It will come back and able to participate like everybody else and show something because he's gonna have to. Because he's gonna have to.
So now you got a linebacker who can show on the line of scrimmage and drop, or show and bring a blitz. That's another wrinkle that you can add to that defensive playbook.
Sean Payton called him a pressure guy and compared him to Demario Davis. So you're talking about an all-pro, a Pro Bowler. You mentioned Luke Kuechly there, Ryan. I mean, that's some high praise. You think maybe that's why he fell, though? Because, hey, some defenses might not know where to play this guy.
And for me, it doesn't matter where he fell to. I mean, now he knows he's with a team that wants him, a team that sees his value. That's all that matters. I mean, yes, before you get drafted, you're thinking as a player, I want to go as high as possible. But then you're just so happy to know where you're going, know where you're going to go start that dream.
He was a Dick Butkus Award finals last year, a unanimous All-American. So you know what kind of player you get here with Drew Sanders. Well, we're just getting started here on Broncos Weekend. Time to take a quick break.
That's you talk about Drew Sanders. I like the addition of Drew Sanders. He can play the edge. He can play inside, linebacker, and he can cover tight ends. You know, and he's a freak of nature. To me, right now, what the Broncos did, they went out and grabbed. You know, they got size. They got size at every position. They got size. The big dudes. These are 6 foot something dudes, right? And they agile. they flexible. They got speed. They can move. And Drew Sanders, he played in Alabama first, then he went to the transfer portal. But I mean, he's a good dude. He's a baller. He's a baller. He's a dog. These are Sean Payton guys. They're dogs. Dogs are Sean Payton guys. Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go. They guys,
Live streaming can be tricky.
they're dogs. They're dogs. They're really dogs. And right now I'm gonna just probably end this and then come back with something else. And probably tomorrow I'll be back and break everything down. And then I got in this my salute, y'all, with my salute. My salute.